How to tan a rabbit hide with tree bark, part 3. In the first part, I showed you my method of cleaning the hide by scraping off the membrane, and in part 2, we made our bark solution and got the hides in. And now for the most part, you're going to let the hides sit and tan over the course of about a week. The number one thing you can do to speed up this process is lots of agitation, shaking up the tanning bucket often throughout the day, and as often as you can, multiple times a day, pull out the hide, wring it out entirely, stretch it here and there, and get it back in the solution. This helps work those tannins through the skin, opening up the structure of the skin to absorb more. As the hide tans, it's actually binding up tannins from the solution, so the solution weakens over time. You can tell when the hide is done by going to the thick edge around the neck and cutting a little bit off with a sharp knife. There you can see the cross section, and it should be solid colored all the way through. If it's not fully tanned, there will still be a strip of white within the skin, often closer to the fur side. But if it's colored all the way through, it's done tanning. You can pull it out now and rinse it. Simply wringing it out in a bucket of water a few times is just fine for this. Now we'll hang it to dry a little bit, and once it's still just barely damp and flexible, we're going to apply a generous layer of oil. And you do this while it's still damp, so the oil spreads evenly. If it's totally dry and you apply the oil, too much will absorb in one spot. This oil conditions the leather, kind of taking the place of water within the hide, lubricating it and allowing it to be flexible. All sorts of oils work for this. Tallow, lard, coconut oil. I generally recommend oils that are semi-solid at room temperature, and in this case I use an herbal salve I made from Douglas fir needles, olive oil, and a bit of beeswax to stiffen it. This leaves it all smelling really good. Only oil the flesh side, not the fur side. And once it's oiled up, leave it out to dry the rest of the way. And once it's almost dry, it'll probably still look oily, but at this point you can gently stretch the hide in your hands and you'll see it change color and soak in that oil. Using something with a hard edge like the edge of a table works really well and buffs that leather for a velvety feel. It doesn't take much stretching. After that, it's completely done and ready to craft with. Bark tanned hides like this will last generations if kept in good conditions, and anytime they're looking dry or stiff, you can rehydrate the hide, add a little more oil, and stretch it a little bit again, and this will restore it.